Okay, welcome to Google Sketchup The Basics. This is our introduction video for how to use this presentation, the task sheet, and how to get into Google Sketchup and things like that. So what we're going to do, I'm just closing a few tabs. You've probably come upon this presentation and this unit because you are enrolled in one of my classes, or this has been shared with you because you're working with an organization I work with. So either one is equally fine. Um, and what this presentation and the additional materials is designed to do is take you through literally the basic steps that you will need to be able to functionally use Google SketchUp. It's 22 tasks, basically going over the tools and their functions and how many of them interact in the online Google SketchUp um, app. You can use this with the desktop version. However, it'll look a little bit different, and that's fine. The majority of the videos are ones that I created and will update periodically as more features are made available. And um, I also get student feedback and try to make things as clear as possible. So when you enter into this module, this is a Google slideshow. The most recent version of this, which I've been updating. So there will be some changes coming. And you will find first the welcome and then a little getting started menu or set of instructions. Obviously, you'll need to launch Google SketchUp. This is a link that will launch us forward into the slideshow further. But first, before we do that, we need to take a look at the task sheet. And the task sheet specifically is the breakdown of all those tools, the knowledge and skill that you'll be acquiring over this unit. So, where to begin? The first task is pretty simple, straightforward. It's a naming exercise, and what it's looking at is what the tool does and the function of it. This is the basic format that we'll use in all of the tasks. As you can see, task 1 looks very much like task 2. The only difference is that you'll find these boxes in later tasks. That's where a screenshot of your work in Google SketchUp will be placed. So, as I said, these are all broken down pretty similarly. You'll have your task itself. This is the steps that you'll go through to complete the task, and then you have defined what you'll actually be learning. So drawing a line is pretty straightforward, but why are you learning to draw a line? Well, the line is the smallest unit in Google SketchUp, and if you can use that, you can begin to build pretty much anything. It's just learning how things interact and how to add, remove, and manipulate those lines. And then there's our point scale. So for this example, 1 point for the tool name and 2 points for its function for a total of 60 points. Make sure you are reading through the tasks. Like this seems pretty straightforward, but you see at the bottom here, there are these there's 12 blank boxes, but these blank boxes are for finding another tool that is not listed, actually 4 tools, and then their name and function. Because I'm not going over every single one of them. This is the basic tool set that you'll see, and then these will build your understanding and also how you individually will use Google SketchUp. That being said, we're going to move forward a little bit here. And we're going to look at the, well, not forward, but down in this getting started list. When you first open the task sheet, so I open this task sheet, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to change its, make a local copy and change its name. So I've highlighted this just because it's the naming convention that I'd like students to use. You are not going to share this version with me. I'll get get there in a second with how you're going to turn this stuff in. So you make a copy, and you put this in it as the naming convention. You can save it wherever you want on your Google Drive. And then I'm not going to do that. But once you've done that, you hit OK. That's your own task sheet. Once you complete a task in the task sheet, you're going to want to highlight it in its entirety. And this is how you're going to turn it in. So you create a new document. You copy the task into it. And then there's another naming convention right here, very similar to the other one. Last name, first name, Sketchup task. It should just say task 1. I was trying to keep it consistent, so, and I'm always finding some typo. And if you find a typo, please let me know. So we go back here. This is our task 2, text 1. Last name, first name, Sketchup, task 1. When you go to turn that in, you'll go to your Google Classroom if you're taking a class with me, and then you'll find under here, there's task 1. I'm not going to click on it because there's already some turned in, and this is the instructor version, not the student, but you click on that, and then you can attach this to it. Each task is associated with a specific assignment. So that's how you turn it in. Okay. Obviously, actually, I'm going to change this just slightly right here. It's just so it's consistent with what's down here. As I said, I'm always finding little things that I want to change and update, just so that it's more clear. Completing and turning your work, make sure you're also reading all those things thoroughly. The rest of this is the original Getting Started video, which is now going to be replaced with this Getting Started video. And this is where we actually go to launch SketchUp. This is a video about launching SketchUp, but I just want you to see pretty quickly how that works. Here we are. It's launched. Start modeling, and then we'll go there. But you can watch the SketchUp video to get more detail about that. So on Windows-based computers, you're going to follow this form for taking screen captures. On non-Windows based computers, what I would recommend doing, so Chromebooks or Macs, if you're using this platform, please use YouTube to find the screen capture method that is most applicable for you. This is not going to be easy if you use a iPad or Surface that is not keyboard or mouse compatible. There are definitely some bugs there. So all of us have most likely taken some math in our lives, be it if you're in one of my classes or not. And this is just a reminder. I'm not expecting anyone to know every single one of these things, nor is every single one of these things pertinent or even presented in a way that's super useful. But it's trying to remind you of what a point is, what a segment, what an array, a polygon, an angle, so we can kind of have a basis for conversations. And then multi-sided polygons like an octagon, a pentagon, how a triangle looks, different types of triangles, circles, and then their three-dimensional representations or similar over here. Also, circles. Whenever I'm modeling something, I always have a piece of paper in front of me, and that piece of paper is where I do a lot of some doodling, a lot of calculations, because even though you're using a computer program, you have to make those connections and links in your head. Okay, more about triangles. And as I said, you're going to be using geometry not every time you log in, but there will come a time where you're like, okay, I want to create this. How do I do that? And then our general representation of views, because within the program there are ways to manipulate the objects that you're drafting or drawing, and it's based on the modeling conventions that were established in engineering's infancy. I think is the best way to put it. So there are a bunch of different your 3-view orthographic drawings, 3D representations, and axionometric projections. And then we get into the meat and potatoes here. I'm not going to really scroll through this, but the general form is that I restate the task for each one of them. There's a video. Some of them step you through step by step. Some of them show you the general skill, and then you are left to explore it on your own. And then some of them there's, I believe, 3 or 4 videos that are not made by me. And with those videos, you'll see that there's essentially their representation. They might be in the desktop version, not the online version, but they're showing you how to use something like that. Then there's normally a little bit more information, and then we can move on to the next one. Each one of these videos, as I said, I'm working on updating a few of them and updating the tasks so they read a little bit better. But that's basically the whole thing. This is your introduction, excuse me. And you've got some information, you have how to use it, how to use SketchUp itself. As I said, this will be replaced by the video here, and then just trying to make it as clear as possible. So that's Google SketchUp, the basics. Good luck.